A history-making day at the White House with the signing of the Abraham Accords. The agreement normalizes diplomatic relations between Israel and two Arab nations, the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen?
Tracy, today here at the White House, a major diplomatic victory for President Donald Trump, whose White House team made it happen. And earlier this afternoon on the South Lawn here at the White House, hundreds gathered to witness the historic signing.
President Donald Trump, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and foreign affairs ministers from the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain all gathered at the White House this afternoon, putting pen to paper for diplomacy in the region.
We're here this afternoon to change the course of history. After decades of division and conflict, we mark the dawn of a new Middle East.
The Accords, named after the biblical figure Abraham, the father of all three great faiths, Christians, Jews, and Muslims. The goal, to advance the region and the world.
Thanks to the great courage of the leaders of these three countries, we take a major stride toward a future in which people of all faiths and backgrounds live together in peace and prosperity.
The Accords have not been embraced by the Palestinians, yet even the harshest critics have allowed that the agreements could usher in a major shift in the region should other Arab nations follow suit. For Israel, the hope for better days ahead with its neighbors.
This peace will eventually expand to include other Arab states, and ultimately it can end the Arab-Israeli conflict once and for all.
And with just 7 weeks until Election Day in the U.S., the accord is no doubt a huge diplomatic victory for President Trump. The eyes of the world are watching the president broker a more peaceful future in a region of the world that has long been ruled by anger and division.
These agreements prove that the nations of the region are breaking free from the failed approaches of the past. Today's signing sets history on a new course, and there will be other countries very, very soon that will follow these great leaders.
President Trump also says Israel, the UAE, and Bahrain are friends, and that going forward they'll work together on things like trade, security, and health care, and that the accords will establish embassies and exchange ambassadors. And the president hopes 5 or 6 more countries will sign on in the future. Tracy?
Okay, thank you, Owen. Great to see White House correspondent Owen Jensen reporting for us tonight.